A Texas man is jailed in Riley County following an arrest on a warrant over the weekend for distribution of a controlled substance causing death. According to the Riley County Police Department, 21-year-old Daesh Island Jones is also charged with 2 other counts, including distributing an opiate and use of a communication device in the commission of a felony. He remains jailed on a $500,000 bond. His arrest comes on the heels of Deron Island Jones, who was arrested earlier this month in connection to a fatal overdose death in Manhattan last summer. Additional details about the arrest are pending from RCPD. State officials have announced a $3 million investment into Riley County's water infrastructure. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment says the money will come from the state water plan signed into law last year by Governor Laura Kelly. It'll improve wastewater systems at both University Park and the Keats community. Riley County Public Information Officer Vivian Leyva.
The money we're receiving from the Bureau of Water and the Kansas Department of Health and Environment is incredibly significant for Keats and University Park, and really for Riley County and rural Kansas as a whole.
Keats will be receiving funding for a new wastewater lagoon facility and collection system. The Kansas Water Office recently awarded Keats a technical assistance grant to evaluate potential sites for the new facility. Riley County Commissioner Catherine Foke says that project is receiving $2.5 million in KDHE funding.
The $2.5 million is going to cover the construction costs, the infrastructure costs, basically the construction costs of the lagoon and the infrastructure.
University Park is receiving $462,000 from the state water plan, on top of $1.5 million already received this year by KDHE through a small town water and sewer infrastructure assistance grant. The project there will see construction of a new non-discharging lagoon facility, replacing the existing mechanical wastewater treatment facility. USD 383 says it will not be taking in out-of-district students in the upcoming school year. Those students currently living out of district in good standing will not be impacted. The school board unanimously approved a motion this past week to declare that it had no open spots for students who live outside the district in accord with the new state law requiring schools to do so before May 1st. Superintendent Eric Reed clarified that as long as out-of-district students who are currently enrolled in the district remain in good standing with their academic performance, the decision will not affect them.
New siblings coming in aren't attached to that, so that was one of those things that makes this pretty difficult.
Earlier this month, Rock Creek Schools announced a similar decision due to capacity reasons. It was a busy weekend of activity in Manhattan, with residents gathering at City Park Saturday for the annual Little Apple Pride Parade and celebration. KMAN's Peter Rice reports.
The parade started the event off and also featured over a dozen vendors and concluded with a drag show. Kim Zito is running for a spot in the Kansas House and says she'll stand up for LGBTQ individuals.
I am running again because the state legislature keeps coming after women, keeps coming after LGBTQ people, won't expand Medicaid, wants to cut public education, and they are constantly voting on the wrong side of history.
Dr. Susan Renzing says those interested in social transformation studies have opportunities to do so at K-State.
So we offer a queer studies minor and a major and several other things.
Olivia Riley is the treasurer for True Colors, which offers help for local LGBTQ youth.
We provide a safe, drug and alcohol-free space for local queer middle and high schoolers with background-checked adults. We also do programming and a little bit of advocacy for the interests of those kids.
For News Radio KMAN, I'm Peter Rice.
Others in the community gathered at Sunset Zoo Saturday to celebrate Earth Day. KMAN's AJ Shaw reports.
The Sunset Zoo held its 15th annual Party for the Planet event on Saturday with the goal of teaching people about the zoo's conservation efforts, along with some local groups like the K-State Master Gardeners. Saturday's event saw community booths as well as all-day activities like a scavenger hunt, animal enrichment event, and a bounce house for the children. This also included face painting for the kids as well as all-day entertainment from a variety of guests. Marketing and Development Officer Melissa Kirkwood spoke about the event's purpose.
To celebrate not only Earth Day, but our conservation efforts here at Sunset Zoo, which is part of our overall mission of Sunset Zoo, to help with conservation efforts worldwide, but also locally. So we're super happy to celebrate that and also make it fun for everyone in the communities.
She also spoke about why the zoo brings in local conservation groups.
So we invite all kinds of community organizations to come out to help people learn a little bit about how they can help make a difference.
Saturday's event saw a large turnout despite the weather being in the high to mid-40s for most of the day. For News Radio KMAN, I'm AJ Shaw.
Today is Grow Green Match Day in Manhattan, with the Greater Manhattan Community Foundation matching donations made to each participating organization up to 50%. GMCF President and CEO Vern Henricks.
This year there are 90. Probably the newest thing is that we are going to have a receiving point at Meadowlark Hills. So anybody that lives in that community or is close there, it'll be just through the noon hour, so it'll be 11 to 1 time frame there.
Among the newcomers to Grow Green Match Day is the Food and Farm Council of Riley County and Manhattan. Council Coordinator Vicki James.
We are so excited to become a much more sustainable organization. We are city and county appointed, but at this point we have no budget from city and county, so we're very dependent on the community and grants to help us do all the great programs that we implement to make it easier to access food, decrease waste, and support our local food businesses and farms.
Donations can be made in person at the Colony Square Atrium at 555 Points. You can also make donations throughout the day at growgreenmanhattan.com.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines as K-Man's Morning News continues. After K-State took the first two games of its weekend set with 15th-ranked Oklahoma State on the weekend, the Cowboys rebounded yesterday to claim the final game of the series at Tointon Family Stadium. We get the recap from Brian Smoller and Matt Walters.
Kansas State unable to finish off a 3-game sweep of the Oklahoma State Cowboys on Sunday at Tointon Family Stadium. Kansas State falls 6-4 to the Cowboys. All runs scored in the second, third, and fourth innings by both squads, and then no runs from the fifth inning on. And Brian Smoller, Oklahoma State's bullpen, which has been shaky of late, did its job in getting out of here with a win.
That was the surprising part of it all, to be honest, based on what we had seen the last 2 weeks. But Brendan Phillips kicked off. He ends up getting the vulture win and kicks off a long run of arms. That after that, 5 guys combined to shut down K-State. The Wildcats weren't without chances. They had men on base every inning, it felt like, after that. But they just could not get the big hit to get anybody in and send this frenzied sellout crowd into a roar. Instead, they fall short despite a career outing from Cole Weisenbaker, career high in both innings pitched and pitches thrown. K-State falls. Otherwise, a positive weekend. They can't get the sweep, but they do win the series.
Brendan Jones was 3 for 5 for K-State yesterday. Unfortunately, Brady Day's 37-game on-base streak came to a close as he was 0 for 5. The Wildcats now 24-15, 9-9, and in the middle of the pack in the Big 12 with a bunch of teams sitting at 9-9. The Cowboys 26-14 and 11-7. Next up for the Cats, a Tuesday night matchup with Omaha, 5:30 pregame, 6:05 for the first pitch. We'll have it for you from Tointon Family Stadium. Again, Sunday's final, OSU 6, K-State 4. For Brian Smoller, I'm Matt Walters, News Radio KMAN.
Colton Cowser and Jordan Westberg hit back-to-back homers for Baltimore. Cole Irvin shut down the Royals in a 5-0 win yesterday afternoon at Kauffman Stadium for the Orioles. Irvin gave up just 4 hits and walked 2 while pitching into the 7th inning against Matt Quatraro's ball club.
Sometimes it looks like they were set up in and he threw away and, vice versa. So, give him credit. He spun the breaking ball in there and cut it when we thought he was going to sink it, or vice versa, and we just couldn't barrel him up.
Cowser and Westberg went deep off Kansas City starter Seth Lugo, who had not allowed a home run since last September. Yesterday, he gave up 4 runs on 9 hits and walked 1 in 5 1/3 innings. The Royals will open a series with the Blue Jays tonight with coverage at 6 on News Radio KMAN. K-State women's basketball appears to be on the cusp of gaining the services of a transfer from Tulsa, who captured the American Athletic Conference's Player of the Year honor. Tamira Poindexter has reportedly committed to Jeff Mitty's team, transferring from Tulsa, where she averaged 21 points and 5 boards per game this past season. The 6'1" forward started all but 6 games in her 3 years with the Hurricane. She shot 32% from the three-point line this past season. A Manhattan High alum and former K-State football player passed away over the weekend. Terrell Johnson died on Saturday at the age of 29. The 6'1" offensive lineman played for head coach Joe Schartz at Manhattan High and graduated in 2012.
His smile was infectious, and what a great teammate and what a great friend. I don't think Terrell had an enemy in the world, and he was just one of a kind. And everybody that came across him, left that encounter feeling better. And I know all of his teammates and coaches just really enjoyed, what he brought to our team as far as making the process enjoyable. He's a great teammate, and will definitely be missed.
After Manhattan, Johnson played his first 2 seasons of college football at Hutchinson before then transferring to K-State, where he appeared in 23 games, including starting all 13 in his senior season of 2016. He earned first-team All-Big 12 honors that year from the AP and Pro Football Focus. Most recently, he'd been coaching high school football and teaching at Mill Valley and Shawnee Mission South. High school baseball over the weekend. Manhattan swept Emporia on Friday, getting shutouts in both games, 10-0 and 9-0. Manhattan softball also with a sweep on Friday, 1-0 and 12-0. Wamego gained wins over Southeast Saline and McPherson on the softball diamond on Friday to the tune of 2-0 and 3-1. Manhattan High tennis on Saturday captured the Junction City meet. Singles, Michael Wang took first place, Chris Lee second place. Number 1 doubles, Beckham Huff and Zach Morgan finished in third place, and in number 2 doubles, Drew Foltz and Samuel Byerly finished in first place. Today's high school sports schedule includes Valley Heights visiting Frankfort on the baseball diamond. Manhattan's tennis team will be at Topeka High. And in boys golf, Centralia hosts an event that will be at Seneca. Frankfort is participating in that. Manhattan golfs today at Topeka West. Wamego is involved in a meet with Rossville. Royals baseball coming up tonight on News Radio KMAN. Our coverage to get underway at 6 o'clock. Wildcat Insider is on the way this afternoon at 4 on News Radio KMAN.